Swans may be a common sight in Minnesota nowadays, but 50 years ago, they were nowhere to be found.
Well, that's despite being native to the area. And Emily Regoose takes a look at their history and why they're doing so well here today.
Trumpeter swans are Minnesota's largest bird, with a wingspan that can stretch as far as 10 feet.
They were fairly widespread when Europeans first moved into the state.
But by the late 1800s, the swans were gone, taken out by hunters and agricultural development.
There were no swans in Minnesota for about 60 years.
That's until 1956, when the Three Rivers Park District started shipping swans from a wildlife refuge in Montana to Minnesota.
We raised swans for quite a few years, releasing them into the wild and getting the population started.
And by the mid-1980s, the swan population reached 100. But it was time to do more, and the DNR stepped in.
They brought eggs down from Alaska. So that was where they were bringing down 50 plus eggs a year for about 4 or 5 years.
Since then, the swan population has been rapidly expanding.
Now there's somewhere between 12 and 16,000 swans in the state of Minnesota.
Swans can no longer be hunted, so their biggest threat is flying into power lines and eating lead.
We've banned the use of lead for waterfowl hunting for the last 20 years. There's still a lot of lead in the wetlands, and it doesn't take much to kill a swan.
Luckily, swans are now thriving in Minnesota.
They're a big bird, and they're an impressive bird, and it's nice that we can go out now and see them on a regular basis.
Emily Regoose, Channel 12 News.
Minnesota and Wisconsin have the largest trumpeter swan populations of the lower 48 states, and wildlife officials say if you see a swan, enjoy it from a distance and don't feed it.